Hi, everybody. It's Laura. On narcissists, they are vile and evil, and you really need to educate yourself on them because I'm telling you, the life you save may be your own, and that's no lie. I think if I was not guided to see how horribly abusive that my family is, I could still be a slave to a bunch of people who never wanted me to succeed in anything, who only wanted to hurt me, who wanted to use me, who wanted me to always have less than them. And that's a sad state of affairs, I'm telling you right now. Because I would have never believed it. But over and over again, I was being guided to take a closer look. And the betrayal blindness was thick. I'm telling you, when you're thrown under the bus every other day, you just think that that's a natural state of affairs. When they're staring you right in the face and daring you to do something about it, and you just walk away because you don't know what there is to be done. Because if you throw a fit, they're going to call the police and gang up on you, and you're the one going to jail. I mean, that happened to me more than once. They are very evil. And when they're wearing masks and they look just like your brother, just like your sister, just like your father, but they're doing cruel things. They're stealing from you. They're using you. It's just, it's hideous. I want you to know how vile they can be. I mean, if things don't add up, it's called cognitive dissonance. And it's where, you think, she's my mother. She has to love me, She gives me money. She has to love me. No, she's only giving you money, just enough to barely survive, but holding back 2 inheritances she stole from you. And, that she gave all the other kids, but not you, because you're the one that always causes problems for her by telling it like it is. That's the kind of stuff we got to be looking out for right now, because it's really rampant. I mean, if every member of my family can be a narcissist, then there's got to be probably one in the closet in your family. And they're not easy to spot, but if you educate yourself on the tactics that they use, like gaslighting and hoovering and love bombing, that will keep you from going down a very dark rabbit hole. And I'm telling you, I was born in that hole. It was a pit, actually, full of vipers that were all there before I came in. And I'm surprised I even got out of that pit. And I know for a fact, had I not gotten out, I'd have been born right back into that pit. It was a life lesson I was supposed to learn, that, not all family are even your friends. And not all of them have your back. I learned that the hard way, the real hard way. My sister had a flower shop, and she got the inheritance from my father that I didn't get. And she's a great buyer. She knows how to spend money. And she brought all the stuff she knew I would like. A lot of times those narcissists are good shoppers, and they really know what you like and what you don't like, because they do study you. They do. They study you. Well, I have turned the tables because I've been studying them. And I know what they don't like. And I know where all the bodies are buried. Believe me. Pup, we're going this way. Keep going this way. Good girl. Anyway, she opened up a flower shop because I'm a floral designer. And she wanted to destiny swap with me. And it damn near worked if my guides hadn't woken me up and shown me what was going on. How she was taking credit for my work and getting a whole bunch of money and then telling me how she didn't have any. But then finding out she had, like, her son, daughter-in-law, and husband on the payroll when I was the only one doing the work, you know? I wasn't on the payroll, though. But once I started adding up how much money she was making, I mean, we only had 2 accounts. We didn't even have to open the doors. You know, I was that good, I should say. Anyway, oh my gosh, I found a gorgeous rock. Anyway, they're vile. They're evil. And you can't see them because you think, that's just my sister, you know? Oh, that's how she is. You know, yeah. She'll, she's a backstabber, you know? But I didn't know enough to stay away from her butt. And especially when she had that shop to entice me. I mean, I was working just to work. I love to work, you know? I have 3 placements in Capricorn. I'm a workaholic. I love that stuff. I live for it. And, man, I'm telling you, that was not pretty. Oh, God, another gorgeous rock. What can I say? I love rocks. Oh, that's pretty. Anyway, I just wanted you guys to know. Here's another thing. Another way to spot a narcissist is they are not creative at all. I should know. My mother, my daughter, and my sister, they arrange a house, and I guarantee you, somewhere there's a picture. They copied the picture. My sister could not make a flower arrangement. Even though I was trying to teach her, she didn't want to listen. Every time she'd ask me a question, then I'd say, well, you do it like this. And she'd do it opposite, And come to find out, she had to have a picture for everything. Because narcissists they have no creativity. Everything she made looked flat. It wasn't even 3D, it was 2D. There was no depth, no originality. It looked just like the picture. Yeah. And we'd call the flower market. We'd find, they'd say, oh, well, we have hydrangeas on special. And I'm like, oh, man. I pictured in my mind, because I was doing it for 45 years. I pictured in my mind and say, oh, wow, that would work great. We'd make a bunch more money. And I just saw the picture and I saw it and it was perfect. Oh, no. That's throwing a wrench in the works. First, she has to decide how much she'd save. Then she has to decide what the picture's going to look like and if she's going to be able to do it right. That kind of stuff. So she wasn't about to make a snap decision on something she hasn't computed first. Because she had no creativity, none. If it wasn't in a picture, she wasn't going to commit to it at all. Even though I had been doing this most of my life and knew exactly what I was doing, she wasn't going to take my word for it. No, I was just the one making her all the money, So, that's destiny swapping. That's where, she had this hotel, was a 5-star hotel. And the clients that came there were all, you would know them, Forbes 500 easy. And I'm telling you, narcissists are evil and vile. And she was treating me like dirt. And the more I started to catch on, the worse it was getting. And that stuff just keeps ramping up until you see it for what it is. And then if you don't take the proper precautionary measures to get as far away from them as you can, change your phone number and all that stuff, you'll be shown just how much it can cost you. They have flying monkeys. So, say it was my sister, and I was still talking to my mother. Well, of course, my mother was feeding her information, what you'd call a flying monkey. Or at least that's what I thought till I found out my mother was a narcissist. So, she was throwing me under the bus and taking that information and feeding off of it. Yeah, that's what they do. Never let them see you sweat. That's for sure. Never let them see you sweat. In fact, going out and enjoying whatever's left of your life after they're done with you is the best way to go. Because it turns the tables on them. It makes them realize that they're the ones who actually needed you after all. Her business went belly up, of course, the minute, well, not the minute. She tried to hold it together, then she tried to hire another designer, but of course, it wasn't happening. No one could copy my stuff, so, and that my stuff is what they liked. She took credit for it, but all of a sudden, she left town. Yeah, she left town. And from what I gather, she pretty much just got rid of the shop. I heard most of the stuff went in the garbage. And man, I'm talking about, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that place was stocked. I had carte blanche. And I was loving what I was doing. But I wasn't paying attention to all the red flags. And let me tell you, there were an awful lot of them. Red flags are the tactics they use. And, you know, if they ask your advice and then they do something completely opposite, could be a narcissist. If they have no creativity and their house looks like it was decorated straight out of a book or off the computer, yeah, no creativity. Pop! Pop! Oh, there she is. Sorry. Anyway, if they, these are how they trauma bond you. It's intermittent reinforcement. It's like gambling, you know? You're never going to get a big payout with them. Never. What you're always going to get is breadcrumbed. And, you know, it'll go along good for a little while. And then they say something really cruel. But you write it off as, oh, they're just socially awkward, or I'm sure he didn't mean to say something like that. But they did. They did it to trauma bond you. And you'll always find yourself wishing for the good times, but never actually having any. Because narcissists don't want you to be happy. That's the last thing they want. In fact, if you choose to be happy against their wishes, if they didn't tell you to be happy, and you just chose to be happy anyway, there will be hell to pay for that. I guarantee you. They'll find some reason to come in screaming at you, yelling at you, something more you should be doing, you can't be doing that, you know, or they'll future bake you. Ah, that's a favorite. You know, they'll tell you how good it's going to be when, except for when never comes. Yep, that's for sure. So, just know, if you're being treated like that, if you spot any of those signs and you had a ping, a gut feeling that something was not right, pay heed to that, because it just might save you a lot of years of your life. I know it would have saved a lot of years off of my life had I paid attention to the early warning signs, which is my intuition. We're all being shown that the darkness is getting darker and the light is getting lighter, and you have to choose a side. What side are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the narcissist side, or are you going to be on the side of light and try to help other people who might be in the same situation that you were in before you chose to see what was going on, and help them. Because you can either be a slave to the narcissist and fend for them and never get anything in return except for a kick to the head, or you can choose to put information out there that'll help people better themselves. Start nonprofit organizations to help people who have been trapped by these bastards, because they really are. I mean, I don't want to use foul language or anything, but I'm telling you what, once you've been abused over and over and over again, and you didn't see the signs, you just kept doing the same thing, expecting different results, you know, and you realize most of your life's gone already, it really hurts. But I found one thing: if you don't let your ego play a part in it, if you just kind of set that stuff aside, it doesn't hurt near as bad as you think it would. Anyway, just know I love you, and I'll make another video soon. You guys hang in there. And if you have any questions about narcissists, please let me know. If there's one subject I'm an expert at, it's narcissists. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I love ya. Bye.